welcome everybody. This is Blossom Benedict, and I'm here with Juna Guter, Sabina Hildebrandt, and Brenda St. Louis, three of my good friends and certified facilitators in Access. And we are here today to sort of chat about the Access bars, give you more information about what they are, why they may contribute to your life, or why you may want to consider getting them run, and just try to answer some questions people may have out there. So welcome, Juna and Sabina and Brenda. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Hi, Blossom. It's so great to be here.
Yes. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, fun.
Well, you know, it's one thing for me to explain the bars, and it just seems to be a different energy to get some different perspectives on what they are and hear some different stories, so I'm really grateful. So why don't we start there? And I would just love to pose that question, what are the bars? And whoever wants to pick that up first.
I mean, in simple terms, there are 32 points on the head that when you touch them really provides relief in your body, and it helps you let go of limitations and beliefs and judgments that you've been carrying with you for a long, long time that you might not even know that you had. And it's called the bars. People often say, well, I don't really get why it's called the bars, but between the 2 points that you touch, a bar of energy is created.
Right. One of the other ways that I explain it, Blossom, is as if your brain was a computer and you had all kinds of junk in it and you just kept storing more and more of it into your brain, because every thought, every feeling, every emotion that you have, there's like an electromagnetic component to it, and you store it in your brain. And when you run the bars, it's almost like you're emptying the trash on your computer. Or also you're kind of defragging your computer. And what a defrag of your computer is, it's like creates more space. Kind of organizes things and creates more space.
Right. And
yeah.
The bars are on specific points like money, relationship, healing, sadness, joy, body. So you don't think you have very many, decisions, judgments, conclusions about money, right?
Oh, no, not that.
I mean, each of these topics, we have millions of gazillions of things we pick up, it's hard to make money, rich people aren't happy, like whatever it is over your lifetime, you hear all of these things. We store them in our body. So this is actually, even though we clear them with the clearing statements, we clear them energetically, like of our being, our body's still holding on to a piece of that. Like Brenda said, there's an electromagnetic component of thought. So I don't know if that got a little complicated. Some people would just go, it's kind of like flushing the toilet. And I go, oh, that was easy.
That works too. That was easy. And thanks for saying that, Blossom, because so often we get caught up in trying to explain things, and the best way for someone to understand the bars is to have it done and to experience it in their body. And then they kind of get a better sense of what it feels like to let go of things from their body so that they have more space for them to be.
And I know for me, it's literally like if I am feeling grumpy or depressed or anxious about anything, like that is not my operative state of being anymore. Most of my life is really pretty easy and joyful now. And I find every time that I'm in one of those states, when I finally think of, oh, maybe it's time to get my bars run, it completely goes
Someone else
away.
tells you.
Can I run your bars?
Yeah, or somebody goes, can I run your bars for you? Exactly. And it's completely gone. Like all that stuff can leave that quickly now in my life because it's not real.
And I'll just share something. I was working with a client yesterday, and he was saying he has like this constant operative state of anxiety, and it's running in his life. And when he said that, it's like I remembered that that's how I used to be. And whenever I get a little inkling of that or irritability or something, I just get my bars run, and it takes half hour, and I just feel super. I feel back to me and more space.
Yeah. people ask, well, what does it do, or what's going to be the result? And I love to tell this story. One of my dearest friends from college, she said, what's the stuff you do? And I said, let me run your bars. And so I did, and she's been terrified of dogs her whole life and, won't get near them, really, really afraid. And after I ran her bars, she started liking dogs. She was no longer afraid of them. And so to this day, when people ask her, what I'm up to or what I do, she goes, she does this thing that makes you not afraid of dogs. And I just go, to me, it's such a lovely story of, it's so different for everyone, what you will receive, because it's individual to what where you're sticking yourself or where you've locked yourself up. Mm-hmm. Another friend of mine couldn't sleep at all at night, and I didn't even tell him much about the bars, but I ran them, and he fell asleep within moments, and it was just, that was what his body required to let go of that.
And I've been working as a life coach for about 20 years plus, and since I'm running people's bars, I've never seen them step into their potency, into the joy of living so dynamically and with so much ease. It is beautiful to be able to offer that as well.
It's like we put ourselves out of business. It's like the Matrix.
Yeah. I had this client that couldn't get pregnant, and she was seeing all the people in my clinic. So she was seeing chiropractor, massage therapist, acupuncture, naturopath, everyone, right? And it was all about getting pregnant. And she lost 3 babies in the time that we were working together. And I was giving her a massage, and I said, hey, would you like me to run your bars? We can try this. And she goes, okay. Because at the end of every massage, I would run 1 bar. And she goes, I don't know what you do, but when you do that, it's like I feel like I'm in another world. It just changes everything. Can you just do more of that? And I said, sure. So I ran her bars 3 times, and she got pregnant. She's 6 months pregnant right now, and she tells her husband, she goes, it's from the bars. It's not from everyone else. It's from the bars. She had so many points of view about what it meant to be a mother and what it meant to have a baby and what her body was about and all of that stuff. And when she didn't even have to talk about letting things go. She just received the bars and things started to change. And it's quite amazing. Her husband's like, I don't know what you do, but I'll pay you for the rest of my life because she's just happier.
We actually have that a lot as well, that we have a couple of women whose husbands keep asking them, when are you doing that stuff again? They don't even know what it is, but can you go to those people that do this funny thing with your head?
Because you're happier and I get laid more.
Exactly.
Don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the radio, but
Oops.
Bleep. Yeah. Well, one of the things I love about it is, and about Access in general, is it's not coming from an answer or what we're trying to do to you or the result we're trying to achieve. It really is a question hey, where else can we give you more ease in your life or your body? Or where else can you let go of some of these things? So it truly is so unique what shows up. And I feel like sometimes we sit around telling stories about clients and people are like, yeah, it can't cure everything. But I get emails where it's changed everything all the time. I'm the bars coordinator around the world. So there's 700 bars facilitators in all these different countries. And every single bars class, somebody wants to write me a story or a testimonial or something that's changed. It is pretty remarkable.
Well, it's so funny, Blossom, because when you asked us to contribute to this call or things that happen with clients and everything, I was like, what do I choose, right? Because it's like I can't even begin to, one is no greater than the other in the change and transformation that happens with someone. It's like we think that spontaneous healing from cancer, which has happened, is different than someone's father who dies who has total ease and lightness in their body after getting their bars run. It's just magic, and I can't explain it. What I say to my clients is I don't know how it works, but it works. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm
glad you said that.
This is also the target is not healing or fixing something. It's really providing a space for whatever can unfold and whatever creates the greatest possibilities to unfold with great, great ease.
Right.
And people don't have to understand anything. You don't have to know what you're letting go of, and you might not know what that looks like. Like for me, I had my bars run. Actually, I think Brenda ran my bars, and I was pretty skeptical at the beginning, saying, oh, yeah, somebody touching my head is going to let me release all this stuff. Like, no way, I've done all this stuff. I'm pretty cool. You know, I can get rid of stuff. And it wasn't until about 3 weeks after the bars I had a conversation with my son, and we usually butt heads, and it's really difficult. But after 10 minutes of talking with him, it was the easiest, most freeing conversation. I actually hung up the phone, and then it hit me, wow, that was so easy. And then I said to myself, I wonder if that was that bars thing, that touching me on the head thing that actually did that, because that's what Brenda said might happen, that it would be so easy that I wouldn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
It's
That's
funny.
cool. And, you know, I look at what's changed in my life with Access, and I go, well, everything, you know. Like, I have had the very testimonial-like shift in my money, in my body, in my relationships. But when I'm explaining it to people, I'm like, those were the side effects. Like, the biggest gifts were, you know, the more ease in my life, the more space in my body, the calmness, the less chatter in my head. So I'm so glad you pointed that out, Brenda, about the, like, you know, we think curing cancer is bigger than having ease with somebody's dying. But it really, gifting somebody space is an incredible gift.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I would have to say it's far more of a gift for me to watch someone have that space in their life, because I've had clients that have come that have had real physical stuff go on, like whether it's like chronic pain in their body and it gets relieved, but then they don't want any more after that, right? Like their symptoms gone, that's what they came for. And for me, what gets me really excited about this work and gifting this to someone is what Juna was saying, was like what she has stepped into in her life since having her bars run and asking more questions and being more is so exciting for me. It's far greater than, well, I don't want to compare it, but it just feels to me like such a gift to my universe. It expands my life when I gift the bars to people that choose more. It's like then, because it's really selfishly motivated. I do this because it creates more in my life.
Yeah.
And more.
And, you know, one of the biggest gifts for me is that I don't have to study everything to try to get this reality right. I can just be aware of what works and what doesn't for me, and that created so much ease and space for me to show up in my life.